because when I've seen it from others, it's saved my life. Right now I'm reading the book The Way to Love from Anthony DeMello, another Anthony DeMello book, and I don't know if it coincidentally coincides with my descent or if it's causal for it. In this book, Anthony DeMello says, that is why the most painful act the human being can perform, the act that he dreads the most, is the act of seeing. It is in that act of seeing that love is born, or rather more accurately, that act of seeing is love. I keep trying to come back to I don't need to do anything besides see, observe, be aware, don't try. Who is that? Charles Bukowski? That's on his tombstone. Don't try, but it's a beautiful sort of mantra that comes back to be like nature. Don't try, be. I don't need to change my depression, my obsessive compulsiveness, my anxieties. I don't need to change them. I just need to see them for what they are, as another part of the mirage. But I'm really struggling right now. I've had a few triggers in my life, and I'm not sure what to do. Part of me feels like I should just go to India or go to seminary. I don't even know what that means when I say that, but then it's just more concepts and things that are structured, when that's what's falling apart for me, is structure. Concepts are falling apart. And I understand that I'm privileged to be able to worry about that as far as where I'm at on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I'm doing great. But within this experience, this matrix, this reality, I'm struggling to find a tether, an edge piece to the puzzle. I'm not really good at puzzles, but I heard that people who are good at puzzles, they look for the edge pieces and then move from there. That's what I'm looking for my life. Today I was listening to Father Richard Rohr on Brene Brown's podcast. I've been a big fan of his newsletter and writings, and he was speaking about how one of the issues currently with modern religion is this certitude, this idea of I'm right, whereas scientists can be comfortable with hypotheses and theories. I mean, some of them can. The scientists worth their salt seem to be able to question, am I right now? That's the sort of science I'm talking about. But it seems that faith fundamentally has to come down to that, being okay with uncertainty, to be aware that there is no concrete answer, and to feel anything different is another form of the mirage. One of the issues that I'm running into is that with this detachment from what feels like has been programming, is that I am sacrificing the positives, the temporal delights and pleasures, but I'm also not sacrificing the negative. Like, if I'm gonna sacrifice eating ice cream, I should also sacrifice being a dick to myself. But I haven't gotten there yet. I remember when I was little and hearing about Jesus and that apparently he was perfect and without sin. And when I was a child, I took that to mean that he was this perfect, hairless human being. like a programmed android of love and light. Very shiny. And I thought, with all of my 8-year-old enthusiasm, I could do that. I could be perfect. So when I fall short, which is inevitable, I'm really hard on myself. One of the reasons why I started my channel was we all know that the internet is so glossy, and I thought it'd be interesting to show the other side of things. And not necessarily like just depression and sadness, but the work, the transformation, the play. I was inspired by Austin Kleon's book, Show Your Work, to actually start this channel. And that spirit, this might be too big of a statement, but when I've seen it from others, it's saved my life. It's stopped me from ending mine. But that's in the physical sense. What I'm struggling with right now is I feel like I'm dying every day in the mental sense, the spiritual sense. I don't know, maybe that's me being stubborn or selfish or stuck in the mirage, because again, none of it matters. I can say anything, bleep, bloop, blop, boop, 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 nothing matters. And yet, everything matters. I was listening to a podcast with Andrew Huberman and Lex Friedman, and Andrew was speaking about how he appreciates the ability of humans to be able to zoom in and zoom out, because it corresponds to the idea that nothing matters in the grand scheme of things, but also when you zoom back into what's happening right now, everything matters. That person in front of you, that flower in front of you, that Chipotle that you're eating, it's the most important thing. I'm trying, but that seems to be part of the problem. Or maybe it is the whole problem, is that I am trying. My want, my need, my attachment to feeling better, to feeling this peace, to having faith. And perhaps this faith is where equanimity comes in, where this middle ground comes in, where this feeling of not joy or pain, but contentment, bliss, where that resides. Don't try. Be. I don't know. No answers on this video. Just more questions.